Now we are entering this little cave down here. It's like just like a stairway leading down. And let's see what is down here. Wow, I got scared of this dude. Look, you just come down here and here's this dude standing and you don't see his face. I would be fucking shocked if he just started moving right now. Alright, so that's about him. At least we have some signs here. Okay, so this says corpses piled up at the floor of the dungeons. 1945. The US Army found 600 bodies on site during the liberation of Manila in 1945. US Army photo. Wow, man, that's incredible. However, in 1945, following the liberation of Manila during the Second World War, the US Army discovered 600 decomposing corpses. The conditions were so cramped that all prisoners died from suffocation and heat exhaustion. The bodies were subsequently buried en masse on site near the dungeons, which is now marked by a white marble cross. That's mad, man. 600 decomposing bodies. Like, these Japanese guys know what they were doing. Crazy, crazy people. Whew, man, history is heavy. History is fucking heavy. But I'm very glad that down here at least we have some kind of a museum, so you get to see like images, dungeons. Wow, it has been bombed, man. Those were old buildings. Ruins of Casa del Castellano and Fort Santiago, 1945. Wow. So you get to decide who did the bombing. I don't know, because obviously the Japanese came in, they committed these massacres. Over 100,000 people died because of the Japanese invasion. And then the US came in, liberating the country obviously, and in order to do that they bombed the fuck out of it. And this is how that went. American troops moved into Intramuros section of Manila. 45, February 23rd. Wow. San Agustin Church, we just visited this. It's been damaged by the bombing and a lot of holes on the walls. One, ruins of Santo Domingo Church. We haven't gone there yet. And damaged bomb shelter near the ruins of Manila Cathedral. Yeah, the cathedral was rebuilt like 8-9 times ever since it's been first installed, and this was one of the reasons why they basically bombed the fuck out of it. Yeah, war is like, man, what do you do with this? Every time I'm just reminded how lucky I am that 22 years of my life and I haven't seen one single like bombing happening and stuff like that in my life. That's actually very lucky, because all history was about it. We're trying to kill each other. It's so fucked up we are. In the meantime, I realized that obviously I came the wrong way, so I entered from the side of the exit, and now I'm gonna be exiting on the entry side. Whatever. There are these images on the walls I'm not even willing to share with you, like dead civilians in Manila after the bombings, and then as they were rotting and eaten by worms in the dungeons. Man, I mean, how can anyone possibly like maintain a calm and peaceful soul within themselves? I'm sorry, sir, I'm sorry. With the knowing that they did this to someone, I cannot with this. I cannot. Okay, my dumb self exiting where you should have entered, obviously, because dungeons of Fort Santiago, and you're entering hallowed grounds. Please conduct yourself with dignity and respect at all times. Yeah, so this is where I should have started. I didn't, but it's alright. I've seen it all. I'm trying to recover myself from the experience of all of this. I really hope one day I will be able to contribute something in the fight against the war. It's still a fight, and I know fighting should be stopped, but I guess you gotta fight in order to maintain some level of peace, and I am very, very disappointed to see the same amount of suffering in every single country's history. And no matter if it's a fucking little tiny island or it's a huge country located in the center of Europe, anywhere you go, you're just gonna find the fucking same suffering and the same torture of people and the same soulless murdering of innocent human beings. I'm just so fed up with this. So I'm really hope one day I can contribute to the fight that goes against all this, and maybe with a bigger platform, maybe with some resources, maybe with money, maybe with my mind, whatever. We're gonna see, but so far I'm just reporting this to you, and I hope you enjoy it as much as you can enjoy seeing something so brutal as this one. Personally, I did not know that Manila had to suffer this much during the past century, and it's really heartbreaking to see. Finishing my little walking tour here at the Fort of Santiago in Manila, you get to see all the old buildings and you get to meet history, and we love to do that on site where it actually all happened. It's a very interesting feeling, and it's a very touching feeling to see all the chambers that these dead bodies were actually stored and previously executed. It is insanely sad, and I hope we learn as society and as humanity, because this should not be repeated anywhere, and they do it anyways, and that's very sad. But these places at least serve you some kind of realization that how cruel and how disgustingly disturbing it is to see other people die for no specific reason, just because they were born somewhere, or just because they were in the way, or just because they wanted to maintain some level of a lifestyle, right? And so that's very sad.